Welcome, Cancer. This is your weekly focus for June the 18th through to the 24th, 2018. My name is Tilly, and this is Carol with Tilly, and thank you. Thank you truly for all of the positive, loving, supportive energy you send my way each and every day. I'll turn to the cards and see what they reveal about the energy that does surround us and how to move forward in a positive light going forward. And our first card is the Star card. Sorry, I had the whole thing upside down. So the Star card. Making the impossible possible. That's really what the Star card is all about. So look forward. Look to what you want to bring into your life. Even if you don't see any way logically that you can move forward in that direction. So long as it's a want, so long as it's a dream, a goal, a vision of your tomorrow. It is doable. It is possible. You just don't know the way yet. Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands is your collective wisdom that you have gained upon your paths to this point. You are ready to go forward in a new path, in a new direction, trying new things. Creating a different part of you or more of you or a different perception of you, of yourself, to yourself perhaps, to others more than likely. And the Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords is saying, okay, so what's really important going forward? And what isn't? What am I giving value to? What is value to me? Now you're going forward kind of towards a fair or a carnival, or anyways, it's a collective. It's a group experience. It's a team experience. It is a group of people that gather together in your community that you are joining up with. This is a new venture or a new group experience that you haven't really stepped into before. And you don't need as much as you think for this way forward. So, I mean, that could be as easy as you decided to join the beach volleyball team. And you thought you needed all this equipment. Really, they supply it all, or at a greater scale. You want to go into partnership with other people in order to create something, in order to invent something, in order to enliven something, in order to help or touch other people in some way. And you feel that you need all this extra baggage with you, or this huge skill set, or you have to bring some kind of monetary into it. And through thought, through meditation, we can understand a little bit clearer that we don't need as much as we thought. It's more our attitude. It's more our wanting to step into it. It's more of what has been calling us, or where we feel at home, or where we feel comfortable. Now, who to put my trust into? That would be another question I would ask myself this week. Who do I trust? And are they worthy of my trust? Work, career. What defines you as a person? You have the Ace of Wands. You could be stepping into very new paths, or you are stepping into an elevated path. You're not, it's kind of like you are the person at the top. If it's work, it's people look towards you for the answers now. If it's relationship, you feel grounded and secure in how you give love and how love is received. You've walked a certain amount of your path in order to reach now. And now tells you that you have the abilities and you have the talents, and everything is there for you. You don't need to add to it. Maybe take away from by some of these cards, but not add to. You've come full circle. I mean, that's really what this card is in a lesser energy, though. You have walked the paths. You have gained the wisdom, gained the knowledge. And the new day is dawning behind you. You're not really stepping into it yet, but you are preparing to. But it's based on all the knowledge, all the wisdom that you have walked through till this moment. It's very much like the 22 energy that we have been experiencing, and you're, the fourth sign of the zodiac. So I'm going to give it some credence here. And I mean, the sun has just moved in for you, right? Or moving in this week. So happy birthday. And for some reason, my palm got extremely itchy while I was talking to you. So expect small windfalls. Expect good luck or some kind of little type of good fortune to just fall upon you. Here's the sun again. Okay, now we have the sun, but there's those clouds again. I keep seeing the clouds. I keep gravitating towards the clouds in all these readings. And so I would have to think that there is some kind of illusion, or there is some kind of self-doubt. And the sun is trying to break free, and I mean, go with the flow, stay in tune to the messages, your intuition, what feels right, tapping into your knowledge, and it will open up this new path. But there is a little bit of clarity that won't probably come this week. The sun is breaking through, so maybe by the weekend you're like, Eureka. I got it now. It all fits together. I understand how that one thought way out here kind of fits into place now and why it was bothering me so much for so long. So it's like you kind of get a key to your tomorrow. But I would think it's almost more towards the weekend. And it's really, it could take you to great success because there's that castle way in the distance. And you see it. You see where you can go. So maybe that relates back to the star of making the impossible possible. Relationships. The wheel of the year for relationships. So taking it to a new level. Taking it, this is, I think, the third out of 4 readings that it's come up for, if it hasn't come up in all 4. So it's a strong card. For you, it's relationships. It's love. It's taking it to the next season. It's moving forward in your relationships. And that might be hard. That might be difficult. It might be difficult for you to express it all because, once again, we have the clouds here. So there's kind of this overcast to our feelings or where we truly want the relationship to go. Maybe you've never thought of it before. And this could be a lover, yes, a soulmate, a friend, a best friend, somebody close to you in the community, the workplace, a sibling, a child, a parent. And so we're in this process of rethinking our relationships so that we can take it to the next season. Maybe it is a relationship with ourselves so that we can start a relationship better with somebody else. Because you can't love anybody else more than you love yourself. And if you don't have very much value for yourself, then you're not going to be able to give of that to another. And so if you really want to embrace within a relationship that is full of support and respect and love, then you must have that support for yourself first. So maybe it is preparing yourself for the springtime of your tomorrow. Maybe it's meeting new friends, new best friends, new soulmates. Maybe it's a child coming into your world. Maybe you find out you had a sibling that you didn't know about before. It's new relationships, new starts, new partnerships. Or it could be the ending of certain relationships. I keep getting the ending. I have to say it out loud if I'm getting it. You know how positive I like to be, but some people come into our lives for a period of time to teach us something about ourselves. and then their job is essentially done. Now, hanging on to those kind of relationships really isn't fair to either one of you, because they have to go into their next learning experience. Because as they taught you something, you taught them something as well. And embrace the positive aspects of the relationships that have come to pass or are coming to pass. I went more to the spring first, but I kept hearing or the ending or the winter of. Page of Pentacles for your spirituality. Oh, just, do new moon affirmations, please. Birthday candles. Let's talk about birthday wishes for a second here, people. And especially this week. If you have a birthday coming, which you will within the next month, then practice this week at some point. Blow out that candle. Only put one candle on it. That way it's an easy aim and you got it. And then make at least 10 wishes and write them down. Especially if your birthday is not till another 20 days from now. Write down the wishes that you made and do them again on your birthday. Heck, do them every day. I don't know who the pessimist was that said that we have to wait 365 days before we can have one wish about our life for the year coming. That's just silly. We want wishes in our career, in our travel, in our love, in our relationships, in our health, in our well-being, in our spirituality, in what we give to the community. We want wishes and desires in all areas. So make sure that you are making more than one wish, 10 as a minimum, but go crazy, as many as you can think. Why not? There's a lot of growth potential, new growth potentials, new opportunities that can come in just by giving it a little bit of focus, just by sending your energy in that direction for a moment, can really bring in some fast beauty, or at least promise or hope of what is to become. Health and well-being. Oh, the Three of Swords appears. Don't let stresses and anxieties tear you apart. Try not to give stresses and anxiety the focus that it's demanding of you this week, if at all possible. I know at times we have to deal with things in the moment, but many times, and I remember a parent telling me this the first time I had to go and sign documents at the school for one of my children, because they both had autism. And the parent said, just take the document home and read it over before you sign. You have that right. You have that obligation. But you have that right. Even if it sounded like they explained everything to you and it sounded perfect, it sounded exactly as you wanted it, still ask to take it home and think about it overnight. And you will be allowed to. Or a copy of it so that you can read it and leave the original with them. That's fine. So often we think we have to make these rash decisions and rash choices in our life, and we don't. Many times we can delay it. Many times we can think it through. Many times we can come up with a plan that will bring in less anxiety, less stress, maybe less depression. So really think things through. We have that dark storm cloud here. So it might be very hard for you to connect with your emotional self, or to allow some sort of healing in your life. Maybe you are actually preventing some kind of healing. Maybe it's a reconciliation with a friend, a lover, a child, a parent, a sibling, somebody at work, community. Stress is mean to the human body, and it can reappear as so many illnesses and sicknesses. So many feelings, so many days of feeling like the wind has been sucked out from within. No wind in the sails. You don't even want to get out of bed. There's nothing to jump out for. We really have to remember our passions, our dreams, our desires. We really have to throw it into the positive. But it's almost like we need to turn away from some of those dark clouds that have been forming above our heads as we walk around. We need to allow in the light. We need to allow in the sunshine. Look at the purple flowers down here. The spirituality that can grow through the rainstorm. So if you have a stress, if you have an anxiety coming in, know that the more you allow it, the more you embrace it. I know. Extremely easy to say, wow, it can be so hard to walk through. I know. But then the clouds will open up. The rain will come through. The flowers will grow, will bear fruit. The fruition of your dreams, of your goals. And sometimes we have to go with the flow more than fighting something or resisting something or not allowing something to change. And it allows then for stresses to come in, for anxieties to come in. So be very cautious of that this week, that you are looking towards the positive. Mind Valley had a little thing on where they were talking about if you are feeling worried and fearful and upset, your heart will start to pump a little faster. You'll feel that tightening of your chest. Your chemical array will change and you will sit a little bit more alert, knowing that something's going to hit you really soon. And it doesn't matter if it's just a thought or if it's a real thing that's happening to you at the time. Your mind is going to react in the same way and release these chemicals in our body that even makes us more stressed, more alert, more knowing that something is going to happen and it's probably not going to be good. And so the more we cement that to our minds, the more chances are something real is really going to pull the carpet from under our feet. Now, you're really excited and joyful about something. The days have been planned one at a time, day by day. You're looking forward to the moment. You just know it's right around the corner, and then the day comes, and you're all perky, and you're alive, and you're ready, and your heart's pumping a little bit, and you're all tight, and now instead of the fear, it's the joy, but it's the exact same body. So, or feeling of your body. So when you are feeling upset or frustrated or sad or angry or confused, tell yourself that you're getting excited to step into a joyful experience. And keep telling yourself, this is fun, this is exciting, this is beautiful, this is great, I can't wait, this is wonderful. Good things are going to happen because of this. It changes the wiring of your mind. And it doesn't take you deeper into that negative, but it takes you fully into the positive. And if you don't believe it, try it. Because so often we are inviting in bad things in our life, negative things in our life through our thoughts. And we just need to change those thoughts and the reaction of our body. And it's scientifically proven it's the chemicals change in our body, the fear or flight, fight or flight. Right? We get that tense, and so our body goes into survival mode. And when we stay in survival mode too long, we start to shut down. So I would have to say that, watch where you are doing this in your life, if it's over finances or a relationship. There's a lot of beauty here. I would think it's more within relationships for you. And make sure that you start to get tense and it just goes in the negative direction when you wanted it to go into the positive. Retrain the brain. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.